Good afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome to the valedictory session of ICMC 2. So, we had the International Conference of Media and Communication Research Contribution towards Sustainable Development Goals on 29th and 30th January 2024, organized by the School of Media and Communication, Adamas University. So in this prestigious occasion, we had 9 different sessions, starting from the inaugural session, the open panel discussion, the plenary session, followed by 6 technical sessions, as you already had participated in. And now we are at the ultimate moment of this conference, which is the valedictory session. So as you know that we all have been holding our breaths for this moment, because today we are going to announce the winners of paper presentation as well as poster presentation done by our students. So let us get into this moment, the ultimatum that we were waiting for. I heartily welcome everyone on behalf of the School of Media and Communication. I am Ipshita Banerjee, Assistant Professor from the School of Media and Communication. So for this conference, we, as the School of Media and Communication, collaborated with Delhi Metropolitan Education, Noida, Makhanlal Chaturvedi University, Bhopal, Manipur University, Imphal, American International University of Bangladesh, Dhaka, HSE University, Moscow. We also have our digital media partner, Edugraph from the Telegraph Online, and Scopus Index Journal Migration Letters. So can we have a round of applause for all the collaborators we had, because of their continuous support that we have been able to expand this conference to different parts of the country and as well as abroad. So we had different research papers coming up from researchers all across the country, rather all across the globe. We also had panelists coming from all across the globe, like Professor Dayathusu was there with us yesterday, and it was a very good experience. I hope you all also had this great experience because of such grandeur that we could organize. And it is for you, the participants, that we could come up with such an output. It is because of your efforts that we could deliver such a wonderful conference. So taking this forward, the Sustainable Development Goals addresses the growing concern for environment sustainability, social responsibility, ethical consideration in the field of communication. Sustainable Development Goals and media communication research are interconnected in several ways. So when we talk about media communication research, here Sustainable Development Goals also plays an important role. In the same way, when we talk about Sustainable Development Goals, media and communication research plays an important role in like making it more enriched by making people understand what is the scenario across the country or across the globe. And as we all know, 2030 is the year when we are trying to achieve sustainable development goals, and India being a developing country, it's an important factor for us to make sure that we can achieve at least something of the sustainable development goals, and which is why this time the international conference has been themed on the sustainable development goals. And this conference has explored the contribution and scope of media and communication research in achieving sustainable development goal. The conference themes are core themes and alternative themes, and they had also explored the opportunity for debates and discussion around different global and international scenarios with respect to media and communication and future perspective in terms of research. So without further ado, I would like to request our Honorable Associate Dean, Professor Dr. Akashdeep Muni, to kindly address this August gathering and to share a few words regarding the conference and his feeling at the valedictory session. Sir, are you there with us? Can we hear a few words from you?
Is my video audible? Is it visible?
You are not visible to us. I'll just check.
Fine. I hope my voice is visible to you. So I'll go ahead with the voice only. I am so honored today. I am so honored today to have people like Professor Dhulia and Professor Bhanawat with us. Good afternoon, respected sir. And it's a pleasure having the stalwarts uh, of academic world, especially from media, be here today. The most interesting thing today is that while yesterday in the inaugural session, I talked about how our nation is shaped by scientists and researchers and how the university, our university, okay, how our university, that is Adamas University, is going to play a big role in our nation, touching new heights in scientific and research initiatives. I've seen in the last 2 days, that is yesterday and today, the number of papers that we presented, that was presented by research scholars, and the magnitude of insights given by our research scholars was tremendous. As I said yesterday, that the basis of any scientific research is observation. And as we follow the patterns of observation, analyze them, and reach to suitable conclusions, all researchers in this country try to solve, or directly or indirectly, the problems that this country faces today in the 21st century. The insights into data analysis, the insights into media communication, the initiatives to how to deal with the menace of fake news, the initiatives how to deal with the incoming of AI into media and the effects that is having, as we know, the effects. We have seen a number of videos recently how it has been tweaked and celebrated in the media, and it went viral while they were fake videos. The rampant misuse of deepfake. Now, these type of problems that media and communication and our nation is dealing today, we saw how our conference went deep into it, especially one part, which was the topic on which this conference dwells. And that is why I must say today that International Conference of Media and Communication has been successful. I want to congratulate the conveners, especially Mr. Shayok Pal, Dr. Sharmila Kayal, and Ms. Novina Chakraborty, who were instrumental in making this conference a success. At this juncture, I'll not take much time, but I'll be requesting my conveners and co-conveners to take the baton forward for ICMC 3 and create the umbrella and ambit of ICMC 3 to be much bigger than ICMC 1 and ICMC 2. Again, I would thank all the participants, all the researchers, all the students, especially the experts who have joined us in the last 2 days. With these words, if Shitaji, over to you, you can take the ceremony forward.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So much, sir, for enlightening us with your kind words. And today we are having a panel of stalwarts who have joined us from the field of media and communication across the country. And one by one, I would like to introduce them to you. I know you know most of their names and who they are. They need no introduction, perhaps, but still, as the hour demands, we must introduce them, and thereby we should take it forward. So, we have with us Professor Dr. Subhash Dhulia. Professor Subhash Dhulia is a distinguished academician, researcher, and educational administrator. He has been the Vice Chancellor of Uttarakhand Open University, Director and Professor of School of Journalism and New Media Studies at IGNOU, Professor and Course Director at Indian Institute of Mass Communication, IIMC, and Professor of Culture and Media Studies at Central University of Rajasthan. He has over 4 decades of experience in media economics and as a practicing journalist. He has also been the editor of the Communicator and Sanchar Madhyam quarterly research journals in English and Hindi, respectively, of the Indian Institute of Mass Communication, and assistant editor and editorial writer at the Times of India group of newspaper. So as you can see, dear participants, his credibility goes on and on and on. And who does not know him? He is a very known personality because of the works that he has been doing for such a long time with decades of experience. We welcome you, sir. And next, we have Professor Sanjeev Bhanawat with us. Sir, just I would request you to, there is just one short technical glitch, and I will request you to kindly bear with us for 1 minute, and we will come back. Thank you so much. Professor Sanjeev Bhanawat is an established professor whom we already know. He's heading the Center of Mass Communication at the University of Rajasthan in Jaipur, and is an acknowledged professional, teacher, and author in journalism and mass communication. At the University of Rajasthan, he was also an honorary director of the Center of Jain Studies and honorary director of the Administrative Services Pre-Entry Training Center. Professor Bhanawat has been one of the expert members of the UGC Committee for developing LOCF, Learning Outcome Based Curriculum Framework, under OBE, for journalism and assessment of universities, and is also associated with NAC Bangalore. Professor Bhanawat has guided 34 scholars for their PhD degree till now, and I'm quite sure the number is increasing with time. And we welcome you, sir, heartily to our valedictory session. And next we have Professor Sapna Nayak ma'am. Professor Sapna Nayak ma'am is the professor at the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, University of Mysore. She has successfully guided 12 PhD scholars, and there are 8 postdoc fellows who are under her training as of now. Professor Nayak has over 40 articles and research papers in national and international journals, and has presented more than 70 research papers as of now. So we welcome all the panelists here to the valedictory session heartily, and we would go for like hearing you. We know that we wait for these moments to listen to you. You are great orators, but as you can understand, due to paucity of time, we can perhaps go for a 6-minute discussion for each of the esteemed panelists that we have today. So I'll keep a track for the first 5 minutes. Once that is done, we will give you a short reminder for the 6th minute. I hope that is fine with you, sir and madam. Should we proceed it this way? So, okay, so now I would like to request Professor Subhash Dhulia, sir, to share a few thoughts regarding this international conference and the key theme, that is sustainable development goals, with us.
Thank you very much for the invitation and your kind introduction. Today's topic, I think, have 2 major components. One is role of commission research and sustainable goals. So what the role of research in any society? I think the fundamental role of research is to provide information inputs to those who are governing the country or the corporates to formulate policies and the programs. That's very important role that research has to undertake, whether it's overall development of the economy or sustainable development. Now, the second is the sustainable development is the theme. So I would like to deviate from the research and focus on sustainable development. Because first, I think we should have clarity of the topic and then research follows. So the core is the topic, the subject, and then the research follows. Now, what is sustainable development in present situation? We have to differentiate between growth and the development. Growth is measured in terms of GDP, and GDP means what are the indicators of GDP? GDP is, first is GDP is expenditure incurred by the consumers, by the consumer society. And consumers are those sections of the society who have additional purchasing power, which is primarily the middle class. It's not the entire population is part of the society, GDP focused growth. And when we say development, the development has three main indicators, that is health, education, and purchasing power parity. So first is we have to be very clear that what is growth and what is development. Now, development is based on the development of human capital. Human capital means it has two major components. One is health and second is the education. Now, what we are witnessing today is the entire economic process is focused on GDP growth and not so on development. Now, for example, today we are investing huge amount of money on infrastructure, roads and trains and civil aviation, all those things. While the resource allocation for education and health is not high, rather than proportionately going down. Now we are totally focused on the growth and not on the development. So when there is no development, I think we have to relate the development, status of development, to the sustainable development. So that's, I think, very important that we must have a clear understanding what is the growth and what is the development. So we know the status of the public health system in our country and what is the status of education. Because education is major component and education higher learning is directly related to the research. So today's context, you see, if you take the university system, to the extent I know, all the state universities in the entire country, they have virtually collapsed. Research, forget about the research, even education is not being imparted. The graduates and the postgraduates of these universities, almost 70 to 75% are not employable at all. Now, forget about that they will contribute anything to the higher learning. Then again, we have central universities. Central universities are also in very bad shape. And primary education has virtually collapsed. And public health system, we know that, we have seen that during the COVID, that was the status of public health system in our country. So these main pillars of the development, that means development of the human capital, focusing on education and focusing on public health, are, I think, in a very pathetic situation. So we have to look into development from that point of view. So research, where research is going on? We have some premier institutions that we have established, like Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, which is considered pioneer in the field of research. But then we have IIT and IIM. And there is a great amount of stress even in the new education policy on skill development. And IITs and IIMs are primarily the training institutes. Their job is to impart the skills. We have to differentiate between education, training, and research. Education is imparting high knowledge, is knowledge, and education is primarily the mandate of the universities. IIM and IITs are the training institutions. Their job is to impart training. And when we say training, that means to impart the skills skills to do certain type of job. So broadly, we can say that training is a kind of a closed thing. Education is open thing. So that's where that means when we say higher education in the universities, their job is the higher learning and the research. While these institutes, their primary responsibility is to impart skills and the training. And then third components comes the research. Education can be strengthened only through the research, by creation of the new knowledge. So research education means what will happen if we are teaching something in the system. We will be teaching the same thing, recycling the same things for 5 years or 10 years, if we don't have adequate research backup. So education has to be upgraded regularly, and to upgrade the education, research is very, very important component. So these three components, I think we have taken into consideration. The question of sustainable development is, I think the foundation is that when we define sustainable development, then we must have clarity what is growth and what is development. Growth means the expenditure by the consumers, the expenditure by the government, the export and import, the difference, and then the investment by the businesses. If you take all these four components into consideration, it's purely to enhance the growth, not the development. And that's, I think, the crisis that we are facing today. I hope I have already taken my 5 minutes. So yes, I will stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. So thank you so much for enlightening us with your wonderful concepts regarding how education can contribute towards development. And on that note, now we will move to Professor Sanjeev Bhanawat, sir, and we would like to hear a few words from you regarding what is your thought regarding development and how can we bring in today.
नमस्कार मित्रों, हमारे आत्मीय मित्र प्रोफेसर धूलिया जी, प्रोफेसर सपना जी और इस अंतर्राष्ट्रीय कॉन्फ्रेंस के साथ जुड़ी हुई जो उनकी पूरी टीम है, उन सभी के प्रति मैं नमस्कार और आभार सहित अपनी बात आपके सामने रखना चाहूँगा। जो आपका मूल विषय है, जो हमारे सतत विकास से जुड़े हुए लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त करने में मीडिया और कम्युनिकेशन की क्या भूमिका हो सकती है। जैसा प्रारंभ में हमारी जो उद्घोषिकाएं हैं संचालन कर रही हैं, उन्होंने कहा था 2030 तक इन लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त करना है, जिसकी कुछ चर्चा भी धूलिया साहब ने अपने संक्षिप्त उद्बोधन में की, शिक्षा, शोध और उससे जुड़ी हुई उन चुनौतियों का, और एक जिस तरह की आपने एक पूरा जो परिवेश हमारे सामने अभिव्यक्त किया, वास्तव में वो चिंताजनक है। लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि हम यदि और पक्षों की ओर ध्यान दें तो भी स्थितियां कोई बहुत बेहतर नहीं है। मनुष्य का प्रकृति के साथ जो एक सहज स्वाभाविक संवाद था, वो लगभग खत्म हो गया है। हमारा पूरा पर्यावरण, जिसकी ओर बार बार हमारे इन लक्ष्यों में कहा गया, हम किस तरह से अपने पर्यावरण को प्रदूषित कर रहे हैं। ये जो बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज आ गई हैं, जिस तरह से प्लास्टिक का उत्पादन हो रहा है, क्या इन कंपनियों पे लगाया गया जुर्माना कभी वसूला गया? अभी हमारे एक इसी तरह के आयोजन में कुछ मित्रों से बात हो रही थी, उन्होंने आरटीआई में जब ये पता करने की कोशिश की, हमने जुर्माने की खबरें तो पढ़ी कि इन कंपनियों पर ये सब लगाए गए इतने लाख करोड़ रुपया, लेकिन किसी ने भी वो पैसा जमा नहीं कराया। हम चाहते क्या है नहीं पता। हमारा जो पूरा मीडिया है, मुख्य धारा की मीडिया की बात कर रहा हूं, क्या वो उन मुद्दों पर नियमित रूप से कहीं जागरूकता पैदा करने का प्रयास कर रहा है? प्राकृतिक आपदाएं, दुखांतिकाएं जिस समय आती हैं, वो मात्र खबरें बन के रह जाती है, उसके साथ जुड़ी हुई संवेदना और चिंता हमारे सत्तासीन और जो नीति निर्माता हैं, क्या हम उनको इस बात के लिए बाध्य कर सकने के लिए सक्षम हुए हैं कि वो इस प्रकार की भविष्य की नीतियों को निर्धारित करें जिससे कहीं मानव जीवन को बेहतर बनाने के लिए इन लक्ष्यों को दुनिया के 195 देशों ने जहां अपनी सहमति व्यक्त की थी, मुझे नहीं लगता है 2030 तक हम आधा लक्ष्य भी प्राप्त कर पाएंगे। पेयजल की समस्या, मानसून की स्थिति, आप जिधर नजर दौड़ाएंगे उधर आपके सामने चुनौतियां हैं। ऐसे दौर में क्या मीडिया कर्मी वो इस प्रकार के प्रशिक्षित हैं कि इन समस्याओं पर, ठीक है, विज्ञान के क्षेत्र में जो काम हो रहा है, देश के अनेक विश्वविद्यालयों में, बड़े बड़े संस्थानों में जो शोध अनुसंधान हो रहा है, क्या हमारा मुख्य धारा का मीडिया उसको आम आदमी तक पहुंचाने का प्रयास कर रहा है, आम आदमी की भाषा में? क्योंकि उस तकनीकी शब्दावली में हम उलझ के रह जाएंगे और शायद जहां तक वो बात पहुंचनी चाहिए वहां तक बात नहीं पहुंच पाएगी। 1 अरब 44 करोड़ का यह विशाल देश, बढ़ती जनसंख्या, बढ़ती हुई आवश्यकताएं, इस दौर में हमने ऐसी कौन सी नीतियों को बनाने का और उनके प्रभावी क्रियान्वयन की एक जमीन तैयार की है जहां कहीं हम ये सोच पाए कि आने वाला जीवन, हम मुझे कई बार लगता है हम हमारी पीढ़ी को, आने वाली पीढ़ी को क्या देने जा रहे हैं। सड़कों पर चलने की जगह नहीं। मैं आजकल यहाँ बॉम्बे में हूँ, घर से बाहर निकलते हुए घबराहट फील होती है, ट्रेनों में बैठते हुए डर लगता है। जब घरों में रहते हैं तो अब जब दिल्ली की जब प्रदूषण बढ़ता है, अखबारों में मुख्य पृष्ठ पर खबरें बनती है, लेकिन दूर दराज के क्षेत्रों में होने वाला वह प्रदूषण या मानवीय जीवन के साथ होने वाली समस्याएं, क्या उसमें कहीं कोई ध्यान दे पा रहा है? क्या वो चर्चा के विषय बनते हैं? क्षेत्रीय पत्रकारिता में कहीं कुछ इस तरह से लिखा जा रहा हो? सूचना की दृष्टि से मुझे लगता है कोई कमी नहीं होगी। हमारी नई पीढ़ी पढ़ रही है। ये जो वैकल्पिक मीडिया आया है, सोशल मीडिया, डिजिटल मीडिया, इस पर हो सकता है कि इस तरह की जानकारी आ रही हो, लेकिन एक अभियान या आंदोलन के रूप में मुझे लगता है कि इस दिशा में लगातार फॉलोअप होना चाहिए और आम आदमी के सरोकारों के साथ जब ये मीडिया जुड़ेगा तभी हैप्पीडेक्स इंडेक्स में, जहां आज हमारा देश बहुत पीछे चला गया है, शायद हम कहीं इन प्रयत्नों से कुछ ऊंचा उठ पाए। 15 साल नहीं, मुझे तो बहुत लंबा समय लगता है कि इन सारी चीजों को ढालने में हमें समय लगेगा, क्योंकि इस देश के सामने बहुत सारी चुनौतियां हैं। मैं तो यही चाहता हूं कि फिर एक दौर ऐसा आए जब हम हमने जंगलों को काटना शुरू किया और मनुष्यों के लिए अभयारण्य बना दिए। एक डर की स्थिति हमने पैदा कर दी। तो जो मानव मानव के साथ संबंध है, प्रकृति का जो सहचार्य है, पुराना जब हम साहित्य पढ़ते हैं, किस तरह जब शकुंतला की विदाई होती है तो पेड़ पौधे पशु पक्षी सभी कहीं ना कहीं दुखी है, कोई दुखी कोई नहीं है, लेकिन अब कवि की कल्पना है वो किस तरह से उन प्रतीकों का, प्राकृतिक प्रतीकों का मानवीकरण करता है और मनुष्य के साथ उसका एक ऐसा एक प्रगाढ़ संबंध बनता है। धीरे धीरे ये सारी चीजें सिमटती चली जा रही हैं। ऐसे दौर में मीडिया अपनी भाषा और प्रतीकों के माध्यम से कहीं एक ऐसा माहौल तैयार कर सके कि हम भविष्य के लिए एक ऐसा बेहतर न सिर्फ भारत बल्कि दुनिया को हम एक बना सके, जहां आम आदमी के लिए चाहे शिक्षा की बात हो, न्याय की बात हो, पेयजल की बात हो, बहुत बहुत सारे मुद्दे हैं, शिक्षा की बात हो, स्किल्स की बात हो, वो जो 16-17 उनके जो लक्ष्य दिए गए हैं उसमें लगभग वो सारी चीज समाहित हो जाती हैं और उस पर वैश्विक सहमति बनी है। काश उस दिशा में प्रयास करने के लिए हम कहीं कोई कॉन्क्रीट इस तरह के जो कैंपेन है वो चला सके। आपने मुझे समय दिया, संक्षेप में मैं कुछ अपनी बात कह सका। बहुत बहुत आभार, धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
बहुत बहुत आभार सर कि आपने हम सबको ये बताया कि मेन स्ट्रीम मीडिया का जो न्यूज़ है कहाँ बायस है। जैसे आज सुबह एक पेपर हमारे कॉन्फ्रेंस में आया था जहाँ ये वो रिसर्चर जो है वो एक शिक्षिका भी है, तो उन्होंने ऐसे शी वाज प्रेजेंटिंग कि कहाँ कहाँ फ्लॉज है, एंड वही आपने बहुत अच्छे से अभी हाईलाइट किया कि कहाँ कहाँ फ्लॉज है जब हम मेन स्ट्रीम मीडिया के बारे में बोलते हैं। वी से about how development is being portrayed on mainstream media and where is it lacking, because as we know media is the fourth pillar of democracy. Thank you so much sir. On this note, now we will move on to Professor Sapna Nayak ma'am. Ma'am, now we will request you to say a few words regarding your thoughts of development and the communication scenario today.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. With due respect to all previous speakers, Professor Subhash sir and my lovable teacher, Professor Sanjeev Banavat sir, I take it as an opportunity for sharing some of the thoughts. Whatever sir told, Subhash sir and Sanjeev sir was focusing more on media, the contribution of media, or how the research can be taken up to the common man. But I would like to speak on the other aspect because I was also wanted to touch upon the research aspect. I just want, because being with the researchers, being allocating the subjects for the researchers and keeping the SDG in my mind, what is the kind of concept or what is the kind of attitude what our researchers have? I just want to speak about that particular aspect of it. As sir rightly pointed out, that it is not only about media education, it's also more about research. But when we look into the whole scenario in the country, there are research which are happening across the media subject regarding the media faculty and all. But what is the kind of subject what our students are opting? Times what I have come across or what we have usually seen is many of the students who want to do their research usually opt for the subject which is very easy for them. For many of them, even today, the research is just a path or a way to get a degree so that they can get their job opportunities or they can kind of a development in the profession. But what about the kind of contribution we are giving to the subject as a whole, keeping SGD in the whole context? So in that particular thing, I would like to say that nowadays, past 2 3 years, when there has been a lot of discussion which is happening on sustainable development goals, media plays a very crucial role because this is the, because earlier people used to think it was only related to the economic development, but keeping it aside, there are social development which needs to be done, there are gender development which needs to be done, there are social justice which needs to be provided to the people. So the kind of ideation what I, for my researchers or the students who are sitting in front of us, I would like to suggest that it is a component, or I should say it is a whole kind of thing. It doesn't with the part of it. There are many social issues, cultural issues which needs to be discussed, which needs to be brought out to the platform. It's leave allow this media. I'm speaking about the mainstream media, but as a researcher, we are looking out for quality kind of a research which can bring in to the platform, which you can bring it to the forum, have a discussion, provide a kind of a public debate, and also bring about a kind of a social change. That is where the research becomes complete. At one, the other side of the story is even we somewhere feel that the allotment or the kind of the dedication or the allotment of the funds to the research in India, especially when sir was speaking about the status of the state universities or maybe the central universities, has come down. There is a need, high need for the governments and the organizations to invest more on the research. We are lacking about the funds. That is one part of it. Second important thing is the kind of the topics, selection of the topics. Many of the, as I told, they want to do the studies which are very easier for them to, so that you can complete the research in 2 or 3, but there are n number of issues which needs a kind of microscopic investigation needs to be done. We are looking for researchers in the future, or maybe the students who are thinking of getting into the research. We want you people to identify the research which are very crucial, especially in the development aspect of it, development communication aspect of it. For example, SDGs about poverty, SDG speaks about peace, it speaks about the sustainable communities, it speaks about clean water. So this is the most important core topics which needs to be addressed. Film, social media, all these things are interesting, they can be kept aside. But when you think of the human development, because SDG speaks about not only about economic amassment of the wealth, it is about the well-being of the people, how well you people can contribute. That is one aspect of it. At the same time, the quality of the research needs to be improvised, because as young researchers, you have n number of ideas better than us. Maybe in the future also, as and when the things change, the ideas keeps changing. So we are looking for something kind of a quality kind of a research which can be brought in by you people. At the same time, it is a time for collaboration. When I speak about the lack of funds, research doesn't happen in vacuum. Research needs ample time, it needs finance, it needs great support from the institutions, and also a kind of a about passion. Everybody can't be researchers. You need a kind of a passion, dedicate yourself to bring out something best. At the same time, as sir told, it has to come to the public forum. It has to be done into a policy. It has to be adopted so that you can bring in a kind of a change. And this is the era of collaboration. So when in institutions, or when you look into the institution, there are many institutions who are looking for good collaborations. I would suggest that as researchers, especially media researchers, need to look into these kind of collaboration. We have been doing a lot of collaboration with UNICEF, an international agency, where we are trying to generate like lot of things, especially related to children's health, women health, poverty, gender equality. So I think there is no breadth of people who are really there out there to support you in the research. Only thing is the correct kind of an idea, the right time, the right kind of an approach in the research world would surely go a long way in fulfilling all the dreams, especially because media and communication subject is such a vibrant subject that you need to put in a lot of life into it. And I think by doing a good selection of the topic and selection of the research topics would really add on to the, not only to the subject, but at the same time it is going to add on a great life for the people, especially in this particular the future generation to come in. I think I would stop in here. Thank you. Thanks a lot for the organizers for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You have really enlightened us about the perspective of passion and how it is required in research. And this is from where we had also started when Professor Subhas Dhulia sir told us that how growth and development are two different aspects, and we must understand how to bring in development. On this note, now I would like to request our very own Professor Dr. Momita Mukherjee ma'am. She is the Honorable Dean of Research and Development at Adamas University to kindly address this August gathering. Before that, let me introduce ma'am a little bit to the audience. Ma'am is the Honorable Dean of Research and Development of Adamas University. She has also completed her PhD and postdoc under DRDO, Ministry of Defense, Government of India, and ma'am has over 150 published research articles and research papers in highly indexed journals. So she is the perhaps another right person who can tell us about research and how can it contribute towards the broader perspective of sustainable development goals. So ma'am, if you can share a few words with us. Are we audible to you, ma'am? Okay, so Momita ma'am will be here with us in 2 minutes. Before ma'am joins us, oh, ma'am is here, okay.
Thank you very much, Sharmila, for inviting me to this international. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. So thank you very much for inviting me to this international event today. And yesterday somehow I missed because of some pre-scheduled meeting. But today I was just attending your conference, and the speakers, they have enlightened the participant from different aspects of research activities. Those are going on in the field of media. And I am quite sure that they have acquired versatile knowledge from these honorable speakers from different parts of India. And from Adamas University, I am really grateful to the esteemed speakers because they have given their time to share with us their thoughts, ideas, and particularly what are the research going on in this field. And from this research, since we have seen the overwhelming response of participants from different parts of India and abroad. So to conveners, it is my request that you please arrange for a publication of this proceeding, the full paper of the presentation after scrutiny through a committee. The selected full papers in the proceeding form with Springer or Elsevier may be published, and then what will happen? It will be a good achievement for the organizer. So please look into this matter, and whatever guidance required, you are always welcome for that. So thank you very much. And in future also, I will expect that you will continue this with make it a yearly event, and so that maybe within 2 or 3 years you will get more and more response from the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking out some time from your busy schedule and joining us today. And with this, we had a very interactive discussion on the valedictory session from all the stalwarts. And I am really sure that this discussion has enriched like every participant who has joined us both online and offline. Of course, due to paucity of time, we could not stretch it. And I know that our heart somehow or the other wanted to listen more to the honorable panelists here, but we could not due to the lack of time. So I really hope that again in the next conference we will be like glad to have you here, to host you here. And now it's time to listen to the conveners that we have. But before that, all the paper presenters and the poster presenters have been waiting to hear who has got the best paper and best poster awards. So for that, I would like to call our very own Dr. Sharmila Kaul Madam, Head of the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, School of Media and Communication, Adamas University, who is also the co-convener of this conference. Ma'am, please be there on the stage and kindly declare the results for this event.
Now, we are at this moment where people were, thinking who has won the best award, and the dear students who has presented the poster and thinking that who has won the best poster. So it is not winning or not winning. Every participating is the key factor of every performance of yours. That is important. Like, you are participating. That means you have some capability to, stand unique from others. So let me tell you the first regarding paper presenters. The third paper presenter who has won the third position, Kesav Vivek. He has presented on agrarian sustainability and urban consumers in regional programming, promotion of millets on Telangana television. Congratulations, Kesav Vivek. The second winner of paper presenter is Aparna Jha. She presented on a study of sports sponsorship activities by new sponsors during the 16th Indian Premier League and its effect on the brand perception. So congratulations, Aparna Jha. And one thing I would like to say that this is very unique study that she has done. And dear students, you can think that you can spare few minutes in reading her work, how sports sponsorship has a major, opportunity in the IPL, and it is the whole world of business. IPL stands first. So how sponsorship has a direct impact on this, big business, though it is IPL, Big Boss or whatsoever. So understanding the business formulas, the sponsorship is the key parameter. And congratulations, Aparna Jha. I personally, heard your paper in the track of yours in the ICMC 2. This was great presentation and good research. The first paper presenter is Sireen Hamdani. She has presented on covering LGBTQ representation, a study of English newspapers in Kashmir, India. Congratulations, Sireen. So any of you like Sireen, Aparna or Kesav Vivek, are you there with us? Are you there with us? Serene, Aparna or Kesav? Not everyone has joined. This is, really unfortunate, dear participants. If you will not join, then you will not able to see the valedictory. And what to say? Okay. Now I am moving towards the category of poster presentation. Third poster presentation presenters are the joint winners. They are IOC Mondal, BA Honors, Media and Communication Semester 6. IOC, please come on the stage. Ishita Paul, Priya Das, Nisa Kumari Sonar of MA Journalism and Mass Communication. Please come up on the stage. Congratulations, guys. Please come on the stage. Ishita, Priya and Nisha. IOC, say few words.
You are happy.
Well, I was not prepared to say anything, so as Arnab sir said, I'm happy. No, I mean, I'm happy. The thing is, I'm nervous.
So they're good at poster making.
Yes, we are also happy.
The second winner of poster competition is Milan Maji, School of Engineering and Technology. Please come on the stage. Milan Maji, School of Engineering and Technology. Please say a few words. How you are feeling?
I guess I was the only participant from SOAT, and at last moment only I joined the post making competition, and hence I got this result. Thank you very much.
The first winner and the winner of poster making competition is Kasturi Rajak and Oritra Mukherjee, School of Health and Medical Sciences. Congratulations, Kasturi and Oritra.
So I and my teammate, we actually joined on a whim. We expected this event to be fun, and it was also a learning experience. So I thank Adamas for this opportunity and School of Media and Communication. And like others, I'm also happy. Thank you.
I'd like to call every winners and the coordinator of poster making competition, our dear colleague Ishita Banerjee, to pose for a group pic. Congratulations and thank you. So before I proceed to officially concluding the ceremony, International Conference of Media and Communication, ICMC 2, let me call the convener of ICMC 2, Mr. Sayak Pal, and after that, Nobina Chakraborty, the co-convener of ICMC 2. Please come on the stage.
I hope you remember me from the beginning of the session. I am sure my students remember me, and the participants, many of them, I guess I have personally shared the brochure of the conference. Now, let me tell you how this concept of sustainability, which was a very new concept for media and communication, because many of the people would think this is a science and rather biological science or earth science subject. But when me and my co-conveners, Dr. Shamila Kaul and Navina Chakravarti ma'am, actually sat down, we thought, what would be our contribution? It's not going to be only about just arranging another conference where the papers would come and people would present and they will take away their prizes, or the probably will come up with a we are going to come up with publication. So this is not going to be like any other social science conference. So let's give it a different perspective. So that's how we came up with sustainability. That's how we found out that what is more persisting. I keep on saying the same thing to my students in my class, that if we do not value our earth, the resources, if we do not move forward to a sustainable future, there will be nothing left, for example, after maybe 100 or 200 years later. So we will not share. हम लोगों का धरोहर जो है, जो मिला है हम लोगों को from the early generations, will not be able to give anything to our next generations. So that's how this concept came on. And I'm sure the students, the participants, they will be, learning and academics and research is one way, but practice is another way. I'm sure all the dignitaries, the speakers, as well as the participants, especially, they would move forward to a more sustainable future from now on. So they'll be conscious in their choices, in their actions. And this is one of the mottos to bring in this sustainability theme to the conference. And I thank the Adamas University, my department, the entire faculty member of SOMC, respected chairs, my co-conveners, and obviously the participants, the students. They were phenomenal, starting from the decorations and staying up all night. I mean, almost all night, and decorating and helping us to to come up with such wonderful conference. Thank you.
Firstly, thank would be a very small word that I would say to entire that universe that come into one place in ICMC2, the International Conference of Media and Communication. And trust me, more than 60 scholars and more than 35 stalwart from media and research. They were together with one phone call, with one mail, and they stood by us like anything. It was thank would be again a short word to thank my whole university and all the dignitaries they participated, and my faculty, and especially my technical faculty, the backbone of ICMC2. And within that, research, जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं, जो हम लोग सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल, जो सतत जो प्रयास होता है कि किस तरह से हम लोग पर्यावरण को, किस तरह से हम लोग हमारे आसपास की चीजों को, किस तरह से हमारे एनहांसमेंट और सोशल साइंसेस को किस तरह से हम लोग प्रिवेल कर सकते हैं, किस तरह से हम लोग रख सकते हैं। और ना ही ये हम लोग खाली कागजी कार्रवाई कर रहे हैं, ये बल्कि हम लोग प्रयासरत भी है अपने बातों से, अपने रिसर्च, अपने शोध से, और किस तरह से हम लोग बहुत सारे इस तरह की डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज, ये बहुत सारे इस तरह से ऑडियो विजुअल पैटर्न्स को भी लेके आ रहे हैं कि सारी तरह से 360 डिग्री एनहांसमेंट हो, और कॉन्स्टेंटली सारे स्टॉलवर्ड from the age of like 25-year-old to scholar to a 75 to 80-year-old people, they are come together in one only wish, that is how to develop and sustain this model of communication research, and which is terrific. I heartily thank to all my faculty members that stood by us, and eventually my co-convener Dr. Shamila Kayal and Mr. Shayab Pal, we are worked day hard and night to make it with my team. It's just amazing. Thank you, Shubhas sir. With one call you are here, and you are here with us. Thank you so much, Sanjay Bhanawat sir, that you are here with a one phone call. And I'm really thankful, Professor Sapna Naik, who is all the time was there, and she was very enthusiastically responded to me, and each and everyone who is involved with. And this is not the end. We are starting again with ISBN. Last year also we did, and now ICMC, we are creating our own brand, and that's why Central University, State University, papers from abroad, they are here, and we are coming together in one umbrella. And thank you so much. It's entirely, we are not doing alone, we are doing with a team. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Navina. And now this is the time for officially ending the ICMC2 with a proper end note and thanks giving ceremony. ICMC2 been started after the successful completion of ICMC1. ICMC1 navigated in the new media landscape, but this year we thought to commemorate the 29th of January, which is prevalent and important in history of journalism in India. The early modern journalism started the year in the day 29th of January, and media and communication research contribution towards sustainable development goals is the theme or was the theme of ICMC2. 29th and 30th January, we have, hold and organized wholeheartedly with the young and dynamic paper presenters, poster presenters, students, research scholars, media academicians, industry stalwarts, and the, with our own faculty members. This ICMC2, organized by the School of Media and Communication in collaboration with Makhanlal University of Journalism and Communication, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, Manipur University, a central university, American International University of Bangladesh, Delhi Metropolitan Education, which is affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, New Delhi, HAC University, Russia, Global Media Education Council, GMAC, EduGraph, the Telegraph, Migration Letters, Scopus Index Journals, and SMX Network are the industry partners or were the industry partners for ICMC2. The day started with inaugural ceremony, started with the note of the Pro Vice Chancellor, Placement and Training, and Dean, School of Business and Economics, Professor Dr. Naveen Das. Addressed by Professor Dr. Radha Tamal Goswami, Pro Vice Chancellor, Academics. Inaugural ceremony addressed by Professor Dr. K.G. Suresh, Vice Chancellor, Makhanlal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Communication, Madhya Pradesh. Sushant Kumar Mandal, Dean Academics, Adamas University. Followed by, it was witnessed with a plenary discussion, an open panel discussion on media and communication research contributing towards sustainable development goals. And the panelists were Professor Dr. K.G. Suresh, Vice Chancellor of Makhanlal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Communication, Professor Dr. Amrish Saxena, Dean, Delhi Metropolitan Education, DME, Professor Dr. Sonal Pandya, Professor and Head, Gujarat University, Professor Dr. A.B.M. Rahmatullah, Associate Dean and Additional Director of IQAC, American International University of Bangladesh, Dr. Pooja Mahesh, Associate Professor, School of Media and Communication, Manipal, Academy of Higher Education, Dubai. And the moderator was Professor Ujjwal Kumar Chaudhary, noted academic and public speaking writer, Vice President, Global Media Education Council. Rapporteur was Ms. Swati Agarwal, our very own faculty member, Assistant Professor in School of Media and Communication, Adamas University. ICMC2 had 6 technical sessions. First technical track 1 was Film and OTT, where session chair was Dr. D. Punita, HOD and Associate Professor, Department of Communication, Women's Christian College, Chennai. Session co-chair, Dr. Monisa Kadri, Senior Assistant Professor, Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Islamic University of Science and Technology, Jammu and Kashmir. Moderator was Dr. Waqas Mahmood, Assistant Professor in Journalism and Mass Communication, Gift University, Pakistan. There were many paper presenters. like exploring differential representation women in Indian cinema 2, discourse of mental dearrangements in Bollywood. And the student coordinator was Priya Das of MA Journalism and Mass Communication. Track 2, which was advertising, session co-chaired by Dr. Amit Verma, Assistant Professor, Manipal University, Jaipur. Moderator was our very own faculty member, faculty colleague, Mr. Arnab Basu, Assistant Professor, School of Media and Communication, Adamas University. There were many paper presenters from narrative substrate, a content analysis of Prega News advertisement, influence of postpartum body image too, examining the visual narratives of sexual harassment in post-act advocacy campaigns. The student coordinator was Ronak Das, MBA Media Management Semester 2. Track 3 was Development Communication. Session chaired by Professor Dr. Devraj Singh, Department of Mass Communication, Central University of Jharkhand. Session co-chaired by Dr. Lal Bahadur Ojha, Senior Assistant Professor, Makhanlal Chaturvedi, National University of Journalism and Communication. Moderator was our faculty colleague, Dr. Lakshmi Misra, Assistant Professor, School of Media and Communication, Adamas University. There were many papers started from empowering voices, community radio's role in advancing social development goals to contribution towards sustainable development goals. The student coordinator was Sudipta Bera, BA Honors Media and Communication, Semester 5. Track 4, theme was Health Communication and Gender Studies, session chaired by Professor Dr. Jaya Chakraborty of Tejpur University. Moderator was Ms. Ipsita Banerjee, Assistant Professor, School of Media and Communication, Adamas University. There were many papers from a quantitative study on the awareness of online data privacy among female young adults in Kolkata to effectiveness of ad campaigns in women's empowerment with the relevance of women-centric schemes. The student coordinator was Prakriti Kormakar. Track 5 of Journalism and Technology, session chaired by Dr. P. Sasikala, Head, Department of New Media Technology, Makhanlal Chaturvedi, National University of Journalism and Communication, Bhopal. Session co-chaired by Dr. Natasha Elengbam, Assistant Professor, Department of Mass Communication, Manipur University. Moderator was our faculty colleague, Momita Dedas, Assistant Professor, School of Media and Communication, Adamas University. Student coordinator was Tania Mukherjee, BA Media and Communication, Semester 5. The last track, Track 6 of Digital and Social Media Communication, session chaired by Professor Dr. Debojyoti Chando, Head, Department of Mass Communication, Rabindra Bharati University. Moderator was Indranil Roy, Assistant Professor, School of Communication, Multimedia and Film Studies, Brainware University. Session co-chaired by Dr. Archana Kumari of Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. Student coordinator was Ms. Ayana Kakoti, MA Film and Television, Semester 4. ICMC had received more than 50 research papers from 29 different universities. The universities are Madurai Kamraj University, Banasthali Vidyapeeth, IIHM, University of Madras, Vocational University, Hyderabad, Mother Teresa Women's University, Mahindra University, Amity University, Raipur, Amity University, Jaipur, Aryabhat Knowledge University, Patna, Jain deemed to be University, Andhra University, SRM University, Andhra Pradesh, UMU, Ranchi, Jharkhand, University of Madras, Jadavpur University, Central University of Kashmir, scholars from Adamas University School of Media and Communication, Parul Institute of Liberal Arts, Faculty of Arts, Parul University, Vadodara, Gujarat, NITTE deemed to be University, Sastra University, deemed to be MOP Vaishnav College for Women, Chennai, University of Kalyani, Assam School of Journalism, Cotton University, Central University of Haryana, RKDF University, Ranchi, St. Xavier's College, Kolkata, Maharshi Dayananda University, Rohtak, Government Model College, Barkhola, Vidyasagar University, Makaut, Amity University, Haryana, Jagran Lake City University. There were over 100 and odd participants joined from abroad and across the country. And thanks to one and all who has made ICMC2 successful, I heartily thanks to our Honorable Chancellor Sir, Professor Dr. Samit Rai, Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Dr. Suranjan Das, Pro Vice Chancellor Radha Tamal Goswami, Professor Dr. Radha Tamal Goswami, Pro Vice Chancellor Placement and Training, Professor Dr. Naveen Das, Dean Academics, Dean Research and Development, Momita Mukherjee, and Dean Academics Sushant Kumar Mandal, Associate Dean, School of Media and Communication, Professor Dr. Akash Deep Muni, the convener of ICMC2, Sayok Pal, Nobina Chakrabarti, organizing committee members, Ipsita Banerjee, Swati Agarwal, Momita Dedas, Arnav Basu, Lakshmi Misra, and our backbone of School of Media and Communication, the entire technical faculty member, without whom the ICMC2 would not have been possible, and a successful one which has been marked. They are Kunal Samaddar, Pradeep Roy, Sanjay Kumar Moitra, Ankush Chakraborty, Biman Bandopadhyay. Thank you guys, and thank you the IT and support team, the Kozinok, the Parthoda Canteen, Ronan Seal for accommodation logistics, Arindam Chatterjee for accommodation and logistics, and our office staff, Tanmayda, Priyanka Pal, and each student, your enthusiasm, your participation, without it, it is for you. We hope that ICMC2 has influenced you a bit, that you can think about sustainable development goals in a more seriously, and that can be reflected in your activities, in your studies, and you think out of the box, out of the securing marks, that is secondary, but knowing the things is the primary concern. That should be your motto. We hope that we have been able to guide you little bit, so that you will be future ready. You can hold something to give for the future direction, full future generation. So the volunteers, I would like to call on the stage, all of them, the volunteers of ICMC2, please kindly come on the stage. Camera, behind the camera, and the valedictory speakers of ICMC2, Professor Dr. Subhash Dhulia sir, Vice Chancellor, IIMC Director, whose CV and bio is like 4 to 5 pages. If I'll say that it requires 1 hour to read. Subhash sir, Sanjeev Bhanawat sir of Rajasthan University, stalwart of media and communication studies. Sapna ma'am, young, energetic, vibrant, and full of knowledge from Mysore University. Momita ma'am, thank you for your time, for your encouragement, and you are just a call away. When we have called all of you, the guests and the speakers, you have said yes, and you have motivated us because you were there with us from ICMC1. Now we have, progressed tiny, a baby step in shaping up our school. But trust me, sir and ma'am, This would not have been possible without your encouragement, kind words, guidance, and you always say yes to us. So with this note, I'd like to name the volunteers: Ronak, Marcel, Mujahidul, Priya, Tania, Sudipta, our very own Fatima, Oyona, Devasis, Sayanton, Soel, Amritraj, Sohan, Orpita. Guys, you need a special clapping and all blessings of ours for you. With this note, I would end ICMC 2. We are moving forward to ICMC 3. And before that, dear participants, dear sir and ma'am who are with us, please be there with us. We need you. We need your guidance. We need your support. We need your blessings. We need your encouragement. And we are going to publish the papers in edited book with the Springer, Elsevier very soon. It requires 3 to 4 months. The conveners, Sayakpal, Nobina Chakravarti, and Sharmila Goyal. If we misses anybody, that is unintentional, pardon us, excuse us, and I'm sorry if I have missed any one of your name. Thank you once again. Thank you, students. Thank you all. Thank you so much for making ICMC 2.